Hey guys, this is the long-awaited hotkeys video. I say long-awaited because there has been one person in the chat, shout out to Will of D, who has been asking me for this video for a very long time. And every time I record a video that is not the hotkey video, he goes, "Where's the hotkey video?" So here it is, okay? We're recording it right now. This video is going to be over what I make my hotkeys, why I make my hotkeys that, going over control groups and how hotkeys might be useful and why I like PC version. This should be a pretty simple video. It should be pretty quick, pretty easy. If it takes a little bit of time, it takes a little bit of time, but learning these hotkeys will help you out significantly when it comes to the open field. If I'm being honest, boys, they are not that complicated. It's just not that hard. You'll be fine. First thing is first, hop over to your settings, go to controls. Over here, we go to hotkeys. The first thing we do is we start scrolling. So boom, 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 boom. None of this shit really matters, okay? The real thing that we're looking for is troops. We're heading over here to troops. I want to go troop 1, Q, troop 2, W, troop 3, E, troop 4, R, troop 5, T, troop 6, Y, and troop 7, U. If you guys didn't know, I play a game called League of Legends. I used to be a master tier player, and in that game, you have your hands on the QWE keys, or the QWER keys if you're kind of a freak. And so I already have muscle memory over there. However, if you play any kind of PC game, whether that is like WASD, whether that has like already control groups like Age of Empires, StarCraft, something like that, your fingers are already on that side of the keyboard. So if you can just move your 3 fingers, right? So you're gonna have your index on the E, your middle finger on the W, and your ring finger on the Q, right? You can pretty easily access the majority of your marches. And then your index finger can reach over to R and your index finger can reach over to T. So if you need to click any of your marches, it's a pretty easy thing to do. After you have set up these marches like this should be super duper easy. Then you want to set selected troops to formation. This should look like this already. I believe I did not tamper with this at all. So make sure that this looks like this. And then adding troops, this is also default, I believe. And then selecting formation. I cannot remember if this is default just because I know Lilith had some funky keybinds, but your keybinds should look like this. I'm assuming they do because I'm assuming Lilith isn't crazy and set them crazy as defaults. With that being said, in camp selected troops, be sure to make that space. Space is a really easy thing to do. It's a really big key. It's really hard to mess that up. And camp is going to be something you use in the open field a lot because you don't want to overchase. And the return is going to be F. This return key is one of the main reasons why you want hotkeys, because whenever you return, you're going back to home territory. As long as you position yourself away from the fighting, whenever you need to back up in fighting, instead of dragging your troops back, you want to be able to hit the return key, because hitting the return key is going to be faster than dragging yourself back, assuming you're not on territory. So let's move out a couple troops. Okay, so over here are probably my main 3 marches, the ones that I like to use. Let's say that my 2 main damage marches that are usually not getting targeted are going to be Nevsky and Scipio. Something I can do is I can click Nevsky, right? And I can go control 1. So now we see when I hit the 1 key, Nevsky is now getting selected. When I hit the E key, Nevsky is also getting selected. You can see that he's in the number 1 team because you can see the little number 1 next to his name. If I want to add Guan Scipio to the same team as him, I'd hit the T key. Remember, you don't want to be clicking on your marches. The reason why you don't want to click on them is because in a large murder ball, you can misclick, and misclicking is really bad. So I hit the T key, and I would shift 1, right? Now we can see when I hit the 1 key, they both are in the team 1. Now I can right click and I can move them around. Awesome. However, so instead of putting Boudica in my team 1, I may be considering putting her in control 2. If Boudica is a liability because she's a little slower and a little heavily targeted, maybe it is in my best interest to keep her further back and to be more cognizant of what she is doing. So team 1 can basically always be walking forward, but team 2 maybe is going forward and backward. Instead of going backwards, remember we hit the F key. We spacebar to encamp if we want her to stop moving, and we hit the F key to retreat if we want her to go back. Hit 1, we're moving around in circles, we're moving 2 over here, moving 1 over here, right? 1's pushing, 2's backing, 1's pushing, 2's, stuff like that. And then maybe if we just want them all on the same team, we can double click them all, or we can hit the R key, and then we can shift 1, and then we have them all on the same team. So overall, this is pretty simple. That is how you select your units, right? By putting them onto proper hotkeys, which you have set up early. That is how you put them into teams. That is how you switch teams if you want to. The F key is how you retreat. The spacebar key is how you encamp. Overall, this is a super simple system. There is nothing too complicated about this. Your accuracy will be absolutely unmatched on the field. And as long as you're using your hotkeys and right clicks, you will be almost unparalleled in terms of accuracy.
You will be unstoppable.
Right? You will not be misclicking. It will not be like accidental stuff. Like, you'll generally be okay. Something to realize is that the players playing on mobile do not have access to any of this. The players playing on mobile are like dot fighting, and that's the best they can do because they have nowhere near the amount of precision that we have as PC players. So if you are on PC, make sure you use your hotkeys. If you are a whale and you play on an iPad Air and you spend like $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, I highly suggest you cut your spending for 1 month and you invest in a good gaming PC because it's going to greatly alter how you function in the open field. Later on, I'm probably going to record some footage of me fighting this KVK, and I'm probably going to go over it and explain how I fight and why I fight like that and how the hotkeys factor into that. But as of right now, this is just like a basic hotkey video. Another thing is people often see me chaining on stream. I chain with 5 separate marches all at the same time, and I kind of fly across the map whenever I do stuff. The way I do that is I double click the hotkey. So if I wanted to go to Richard, I hit WW. If I want to go to Martel, I go QQ. If I want to go to Team 1, 1, right? So 1, 1's going to bring me there. Or if I wanted to go EE, RR, TT, and that would be another thing you can do with your hotkeys. Overall, the hotkeys, not that complicated, but help out tremendously. So if you guys are ever trying to do things faster or more precisely, make sure you're using your hotkeys. And again, if you're ever chaining outside of the open field, it's a really good idea to just use your hotkeys in general, because if you're getting used to your hotkeys outside of the open field, it'll mean you're more practice when you enter the open field. One of the reasons why I'm so precise and so good with my hotkeys is because I chain all the time. And when I chain, I only use my hotkeys. You guys ever see me chaining, I'm just going boom, 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 flying across the map super easily, specifically because of that. Anyway, guys, not going to take up any more of your time. This is just going to be a fast, simple, quick video on how to use your hotkeys. I generally go through this type of stuff when I do my coaching as well. If you guys are interested in coaching, I do coaching for $35 a session on stream and $75 a session off stream. I do everything from pre-jump planning to sock transition videos to late game planning. I don't mind doing like over the shoulder combat. I do like hotkeys, all that good stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, go to the Discord in the description below and make a ticket. If you guys enjoyed this type of content, be sure to drop a like, please consider commenting, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. If you guys want to help support the channel, please consider donating to the Streamlabs link in the description below. Right now, all donations are going to upgrading stuff for the stream. I'm talking new monitors, new cameras, a new GPU, a new CPU, stuff that just really helps improve the overall production quality. So if you guys are interested in that, please consider donating to the Streamlabs link. And with that being said, guys, have yourselves an absolutely great day. I hope this video helped you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.